As I just pressed record, it is 11 minutes until the exact conjunction of Saturn and Neptune in Aries at 0 degrees and change. And that's February 20th, 2026. And then what happens? What now? Well, lots of things, lots of things. I don't know if you felt it or you're feeling it or what, but honestly, it's been it's been building. It's been building. We've been at 0 together with Saturn and Neptune, and this is the exact moment of conjunction. So, if you heard that and you don't know what a conjunction even is,
What's the Great Conjunction?
a conjunction is a 0 degree aspect. It means that they are exactly at the same place at the same time. So their energy fuses and bonds. It's a union. They become something different. So you take Saturn with all Saturn significations, and you take Neptune and all these Neptune and Aries significations, and those two things, they get married in this moment. They have this cycle that they go through every planet with another planet. They have continually all these cycles are happening and they're in these flows. But anytime they come together, they reset. They reset their cycle. And so when you look back in time, anytime that Saturn and Neptune reset, it shapes the whole entire next period until they meet again. Now, this one's significant because Saturn is at 0 degrees Aries. It's finishing its 29.5 year trek around the entire zodiac. Back in 1996, that's when Saturn was last in this same area. This whole entire Neptune cycle that we're going into, which is 165 years, closing the last one, opening a new one, will have Saturn built into it as well. They are not just in this one moment, not in this one day, not in about 10 minutes from now, from when I'm recording. It's the whole entire 165 years. It's blending with the Saturnian strength and power. Now, Saturn has its downsides. Every planet actually does. You know, I'm kind of get tired of Mars and Saturn always getting the brunt of the bad stuff. But every single planet has its pluses and minuses. And obviously, we like the Venus and Jupiter stuff a little bit better. It's more fun. The pluses of Mars and Saturn are still a little bit challenging, but the value of them is so strong. So, Saturn and Neptune conjoining here at 0 degrees. Think about a circle. There's no beginning and there's no end. And that's how a conjunction is. When two things come together in their union, they are still their two separate things, but in that one moment, there's no beginning and no ending of either one of them. They become a third separate thing. And it's embedded into this moment. Now, another way you can think about it is the new moon. A sun and moon conjunction, when they're on the same exact degree, that's a new moon. That's a very quiet moment, and it's a resetting of the lunar cycle. I think it's symbolic, not only because a conjunction is a 0 degree aspect, but also it's the 0 degree of Aries. Why is that significant? Because it's the beginning of the entire zodiac. The way we mark the zodiac is 360 degrees, and number one or 0 is the first step. So we're coming out of Pisces, which is this. It's exponential, the potentiality of Pisces. It's the entire. It's the ocean. It's space. It's the nectar of the gods. Anything is possible in Pisces, and there's just so many options. And then when we come to this 0 degrees of Aries, it's like, okay, now we're going into a laser. We're no longer this open, anything goes kind of moment. It's like, nope, now it has to be specific. So let's go to Ren Butler next because, I love to share Ren Butler stuff with you. Here's his book, The Archetypal Universe by Ren Butler. And we're going to read about what Neptune and Saturn together are, their principles. And so a conjunction is neither here nor there. I think it's more of a positive thing though when they're bringing the best. Like when you think about people getting married, they don't usually get married when they're not like into each other. Like that moment is usually the pinnacle moment where you're like, yeah, this is it. This is my person, right? So the principles of this marriage of Saturn and Neptune, a humble and grounded spirituality, quiet centeredness, and integrity. Feelings of divine discontent leading to a committed spiritual practice, practical service to others. It's very humble, it's very practical, and then we add in Aries where it becomes very individual. The spiritual journey is becoming personal and it's becoming an era of responsibility, of spiritual responsibility. That's pretty awesome. It's the downside is it's much easier to just apply yourself to someone else's concept of spirituality or somebody else's concept of personality or the way we think things are supposed to be. but it's not real. It's not authentic. It's not making the most of who you are and what you are. So, this personalized responsibility and spirituality isn't going to be easy. Saturn stuff is never easy. And Saturn is in Aries, which is in exile. What does that mean? It means on the flip side, in Libra, Saturn is in exaltation, which means it's really, really well suited to Libra, which you might think, hey, that's weird. Isn't Saturn the planet of isolation and, boundaries and saying no and all this stuff? Well, for things to be fair, you need to have strong rules. You need to have strong boundaries. And Saturn on the other side in Aries is more about an individual. Aries is more about an individual. So what can Saturn bring there? Saturn is really good at doing hard things. So I haven't heard anybody talk about this, but this just came to me. Is what if Saturn is really at its best in its exile? Because Saturn is a malefic, and Saturn doesn't mind being put out. Saturn doesn't mind the hard stuff. Also, the thing that might be difficult for Saturn is since it's the planet of time and the planet of age and death, even, it's at the beginning. It's at zero Aries. It's a baby again. So perhaps Saturn being at the beginning is like, oh, now I got to start all over again and learn a whole new cycle of information. Anyway, that's just something to think about. So what's going on here is Neptunian stuff can idealize. What are we idealizing? We're idealizing a little bit more of this personal integrity. Saturn is integrity and this freedom, this desire to be free from the fake, phony, clueless, nebulousness. What in the heck has been going on? We're done. I'm done. I don't know about you, but I'm done. So this is a personal spiritual freedom through discipline. It's a rebirth, a practical imagination, Saturn, Neptune, and application by you. You and you alone can get yourself out of that cave that's burning like a burning hunk of burning love. Okay, but it's not love. It's something else. Starting over at square one, let's look at the Sabian symbol, another thing I love to do with you. And we're going to be using the Dane Rudhyar version, just because that's the one that I've been gravitating to a little bit more. It's a little bit closer to the source. Of course, any source that you like is fair game. But this is the very first Sabian symbol, Aries 1, a woman just arisen from the sea. A seal is embracing her. Emergence of new forms and the potentiality of consciousness. This is the first of the 360 phases of the universal and multi-level cyclical process, which aims at the actualization of a particular set of potentialities. These potentials and Sabian symbols refer to the development of man's individualized consciousness, the consciousness of being an individual person with a place and a function, a destiny, in the planetary organism of the Earth, and in a particular type of human society and culture. Ooh, that is so freaking gorgeous. It's exactly it. So put this together with Saturn, that dignity, that respectability, the grit to be able to do things, to put your hard work in. And no, it's not going to feel very good while you're doing it. And yes, it will feel amazing after you're done. And Neptune, it's the most beautiful thing you can imagine. It's spirituality, it's love, it's universal, it's imagination, it's beauty. Saturn is the last visible planet. It records. We can see these Saturnian things, like we can see the passage of time. We can see old age. We can see these things that Saturn rules, the boundaries, society, structures. We can't see Neptune. It's out there. We cannot see it with our naked eye. So it's more conceptual, the concept of universal love. Blend that with Saturn. Now, you might think, oh, those two don't seem to go together. But if you think about harmony, harmonics, and the lineup of the planets, it goes Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. That would be a sextile. There's something that harmonizes with these things. Let's see what else Dane Rudhyar says. To be individually conscious means to emerge out of the sea of generic and collective consciousness, which to the emerged mind appears to be unconsciousness. Such an emergence is the primary event. It is the result of some basic action, a leaving behind and emerging from the womb or the matrix, here symbolized by the sea, and right here in this moment we are in it. As I'm making this video right this moment. Can you feel this individual consciousness emerging out of the sea of confusion? How do we go from here? What you take what you've got as this individual, this awoken moment into something new. And it doesn't mean that that's it. You're not done. You're not done. This is just the beginning. This is step one. Such an action is not to be considered a powerful, positive statement of individual being. In the beginning is the act, but it is often an imperceptible, insecure act. A small, tender germ out of the seed does not loudly proclaim its existence. It has to pierce through the crust of the soil. Gosh, this is poetic. Still covered with the remains of the past. It is all potentiality and a minimum of actual presence. So if you're not feeling like this explosion in this moment, it's because it's just a baby. It's brand new. Here we go, a little bit more. In the symbol, therefore, the emergent entity is a woman, symbolically speaking, a form of existence still close to the unconscious depths of generic biological nature, filled with a desire to be, rather than self-assertion. The woman is seen embraced by a seal because the seal is a mammal which once had experienced a biological, evolutionary, but relatively unconscious emergence, yet which retracted its steps and returned to the womb of the sea. The seal therefore represents a regressive step. It embraces the woman who has emerged because every emergent process at first is susceptible to failure. This process is indeed surrounded by the memory, the ghosts of past failures during the previous cycles. The impulse upward is held back by a regressive fear or insecurity. Come back, don't go. No, I'm going now. The issue of the conflict depends on the relative strength of the future word and past word forces. Are you ready to let go of this stuff? Are we to the point where we can let go of all the things that have been used against us to separate us? Gender, race, color, sexuality, all the stuff, whether you're this or that political. Come on, man. It's all fake. It's all fake. It's all made to just distract us. Okay. So here we are. That's this other space that we've been in where we are tricked into these separate categories. And the truth is that, yeah, there are differences and it's called diversity. It's beautiful. It's in the design. We need to have diversity. We need to have sections which are the same so that there can be differences. It's not this muddy pile that we're looking for. We're not looking for everybody to be the same. We want everybody to be their own selves. That's the point. But if we're focused on the past, on these old freaking things, and it's just so tired, so boring, or we're focused on the future of what can we do now, closing 165 years of dreams and illusions and something fresh opening up. What is this new era? Back to Rudyard. The possibility of success and that of failure is implied throughout the entire process of actualization. Every release of potentiality contains this twofold possibility. It inevitably opens up two paths. One leads to perfection in consciousness, and the other to disintegration, the return to the undifferentiated state, the state of humus, manure, cosmic dust, i.e., the symbolic great waters of space, to chaos. This symbol characterizes the first of 5 stages, which are to be repeated at 3 levels. This stage represents the initial statement or theme of the 5-fold series, which refers to the impulse to be. To be or not to be, that is the question. I think, therefore I am. Cogito ergo sum, something like that. But this failure thing, the fear of even trying and like showing that you really give a care, that you really want it. Oh, I'm just trying this thing and, I don't really care if it works or not. No more of that. You can be terrible at the thing that you love. You could be a crap artist. You could be somebody that really is never going to be in the Met or never going to be in the Louvre. Okay, and look at Van Gogh, for example, or Renoir. A lot of their work was not appreciated at the time, and you can see why. I mean, it's all subjective. Art is subjective, but it sucks because they were learning and they were they were failing, and they failed over and over and over again until they got to Starry Night, until they got to their masterpiece. The other thing that's coming to an end is idealizing people in power. especially spiritual power. So within the last day, I've got two videos. I'm going to put them in the description below. One of them was by a creator that's been on a spiritual journey his whole life, and he made this video that went viral. And it's about all these people in the spiritual community, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it, but the people that people look up to. It's easy to get mixed up with projection onto a guru instead of taking those concepts, those ideas, and taking what fits for you and then being creative with it and not just seeing that person as the authority. It's a dangerous thing, these spiritual realms. It's an easy place to get mixed up with getting hoodwinked or getting manipulated because it's the most open and tender and boundaryless space. It's love that we're coming to these spaces with, these spiritual spaces, and we're looking for help because it's really hard. It's really hard to do these things by ourselves. And it's not easy to find that voice inside of yourself, the guru that's already in there. It takes a lot. And teachers are important. But teachers, a good teacher is somebody that wants the best for you and doesn't want anything more. A real teacher is somebody that says, here's what I've learned. I'm giving this gift to you of what I know. Now take it and do something more with it. Go to the next level. Use it. Take other teachers and build upon that. Anyway, the era of that glamorous spiritual leader, I think, is donezo. It's a real moment. It's kind of like, wow, you too, Deepak. The real emergence from each empowered person is what's going to be the next era. So all the fake stars, the movie stars, Hollywood, the false prophets and the spiritual gurus, the phony leaders that pretend like they're doing peace and all this, they're all the enemy from within. So when we reject this, when we reject the false authority and the people who don't deserve our compliance, where do we look? Where do we look then? Besides to ourselves, we look to the people that we actually know, that we can say, maybe somebody in your family, maybe it's somebody that is a friend of yours or somebody that you admire, that you can trust, that they are not perfect. They are not on a pedestal. They are probably still messing up, but there's something about them that you admire. They're a hero and they're a normal person. I say, let's remove our attention from the people that don't deserve it, from the stories that don't deserve our attention, from the distractions that don't deserve our attention, from our energy, our spiritual empowerment, and find it somewhere that's going to be foundational and secure for you. I'm thinking about the diversity that you need to make a cake. You need flour, you need eggs, depending on your recipe. Mine uses Greek yogurt. You need baking powder. You need whatever special ingredient you want to add. You want to add some lemon zest? You want to add some chocolate? Whatever. Not at the same time. That wouldn't taste good. But there you go again. Some things aren't going to blend. For me, lemon and chocolate, not going to be a good cake. Would lemon work in a different cake? Yeah, great. It's not that it's a bad ingredient. It just doesn't work in a specific cake. Now, let's say you've got a cake and you're all agreeing, like, yeah, we're going to make a cake. We have all the ingredients. And then somebody who is the eggs, they're rotten eggs. They're past due. They're still thinking about the past. Okay. Those rotten eggs, are they going to make your cake good or are they going to make your cake disgusting? Obviously, disgusting. So this is where we have to be thinking about our gut check in our community, the things that we're building. Are we feeling good about the people? They're not going to agree all the time, but we want to make sure that the people that we're giving our energy and time to pass the gut check, your intuition on them. So wrapping it up at this moment with Saturn and Neptune in a conjunction at 0 Aries, Saturn says, stand up, take responsibility, build something real. And Neptune says, see the possibilities in that. Withdraw from the illusion. See the beauty in the reality. Saturn sets our boundaries. Neptune dissolves the false ones. Aries is going to personalize it. And together they're resetting this zodiacal cycle. Yeah. Last time they did this was 6,000 years ago, so it should be something significant, right? All right. I like you just the way you are, and I'm ready to go. Are you ready to go? Let's go. Let's do it. It's time. Okay. I'll talk to you soon.